I got the need for speed. Yo, what's up guys? What's going on? It's your boy Taff from Geek, Afrique, and we're back at it again. Today, we're going to be looking at the Need for Speed games. Mostly, we're going to go back a bit in time and look towards some of the more classic Need for Speeds. Today, I'm going to be running a comparison of Underground 2 versus Most Wanted. Now, both of them were pretty legendary Need for Speeds coming out back in their day, featuring aspects of customization that sometimes have been struggled to be replicated on the current generations. So what we're going to be doing is taking a look at how the game was, how do they hold up today, and if given a chance, would we rather recommend a PlayStation 5 remaster of these titles, or would we be looking at maybe some of the other newer titles that came out? Otherwise, guys, you know what to do. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. But if you guys do have any early opinions, you can put them in, or else let's get started. Need for Speed Underground 2 is a cross-platform racing game and the 8th installment in the Need for Speed series. The direct sequel to Need for Speed Underground, it was developed and published by EA in 2004 for Windows machines, the Game Boy Advance, GameCube, PlayStation 2, the original Xbox, PlayStation Portable, Nintendo DS, and all mobile phones at the time. Ultimately, the game entails tuning cars for street racing and resumes the original story from Need for Speed Underground. The game also provides several new features such as border customization, new methods of selecting races, the Explore mode in a large city known as Bayview. The city center was based on Philadelphia, Beacon Hill was based on Beverly Hills, and Cole Harbor was based on Camden in New Jersey. The stadium area was based on Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. The basic plot is that Eddie and his street gang, East Siders, along with Melissa and Olympic City, were now considered the best street racers in Olympic City. After a race, the player is called by an unidentified man with an invitation to join his team, and he's not taking no for an answer. Player ends up getting the call without giving any kind of answer and starts driving to a party, but is ambushed in a Hummer H2 that rams his Nissan Skyline GTR, wrecking it. A man with a scythe tattoo on his hand calls to confirm that he took care of a problem. 6 months later, the player boards a plane to Bayview with a good luck note from Samantha that also refers her to her friend Rachel Tug. The player arrives in Bayview, buys his first car using money provided by insurance on his totaled Nissan Skyline, and starts racing again. So that's just the base intro of the game itself, as per Wikipedia. But from personal experience, I remember Underground 2 being a pretty groundbreaking experience. The levels of customization in that game had gone beyond anything we'd ever seen in a racing game. Dare I say, it was closer to a streetcar simulator than a racing game. Underground 2 really did shift the dynamic, not just actively creating an open world in gaming, which we hadn't yet seen fully at that time, but pretty much redefining the entire concept of how racing games were approached. Instead of preset races being set for you and you simply needing to complete the task and move forward to earn your necessary upgrades, you actually found yourself in a position where you had all these different tasks like photo shoots and the new Street X races, which were very entertaining, and just generally needing to dash across that beautifully lit city, searching for your next objectives. It was a pretty iconic game for me as a child, and I remember it being a pretty large chunk of my childhood, mostly to the fact that you could also put one of the most ridiculous speaker systems I'd ever seen inside the back of a very large model of vehicle that I can't seem to remember right now. Oh gosh, but yeah, it was also the cool stuff you could do to like Hummers and Skylines. It was an incredible experience, and yeah, I would say, if anything, I would definitely heavily recommend a remaster of this one. I truly believe that in Need for Speed Heat, we were hoping to get a lot more of Underground 2, and there was a fair bit of disappointment, though still an incredible game with amazing visuals. I still feel that Underground 2 set a bar that, EA themselves have struggled to, match ever since. Sometimes when you put your best foot forward too early, you've got no more space to maneuver. That being said, my belief in the next generation is that with all the horsepower and the SSD's capabilities of loading worlds faster and just generally being able to produce far more visually incredible experiences, I think it's really necessary that they take maximum control and they utilize this power to really bring forth something similar to Underground 2 in this generation, because we have been lacking something of that sort. So yeah, I really think Underground 2 really needs a remaster.
Okay, and now we move on to Need for Speed Most Wanted. Need for Speed Most Wanted is a 2005 open-world racing video game and is the 9th installment in the Need for Speed series. Developed by EA Canada and EA Black Box and published by EA itself, it was released on the 11th of November 2005 for the PS2, Xbox, GameCube, Nintendo DS, Microsoft Windows machines, Game Boy Advance, and the Xbox 360. An additional version entitled Need for Speed Most Wanted 5.0 was released in the same year for the PSP. The game focuses on street racing oriented gameplay involving a selection of events, racing circuits found within the fictional city of Rockport, with the game's main story involving players taking on 15 of the city's most elite street racers to become the most wanted racer in the group in order to get their car back from the antagonist, while developing a feud with the city's police department in the process. Having sold over 16 million copies in the initial year of release, Need for Speed Most Wanted was seen as the most successful in the Need for Speed franchise, and arguably could be seen as arguably the best one that has existed yet. But I have a slightly different point. At the end of the day, Most Wanted did represent an incredible shift in the gameplay, especially including the police pursuit factor during some of the races. And I did love the fact that the environment around became destructible, creating incredible distractions for you to be able to, minimize pursuits and give you additional places to hide. Overall, I did also love the design of the cars. I thought they were quite inspired. I thought the customization was quite brilliant. And just generally speaking, I did think this was overall an incredible game. But for me, it wasn't the best. The reason games like Underground 2 still sits atop a much higher platform is for the simple fact that they gave us a lot more in terms of that to do. Yes, Most Wanted added features that Underground didn't have, but these were features that easily could have been put in arguably via a patch done by any devs out there. And at the end of the day, there wasn't a lot that Most Wanted brought to the table while removing some key features like the deeper level of customization and the lack of 4x4 vehicles, the fact that your sound system isn't such a factor anymore when that was a big thing in Underground 2. The look of your car stopped becoming as big an aesthetic factor as the speed, which of course is what the game centers around, but that's why Underground 2 changed things for us. We were able to create street-ready racing cars. We were able to create absolutely beautiful vehicles that at the same time could perform at monstrous levels. And I feel like at Most Wanted, they sacrificed that option for the sole reason of focusing more on the pursuit tech aspect, more chasing the roots of Hot Pursuit, the original series, one of the original series forefathers. And, well, as much as they did an incredible job and they brought together an incredible game, I feel like factoring all of that into the Underground series, a Need for Speed Underground 3 or a Need for Speed Underground 4, had they obviously been a 3, would have done so much better. And they could have simply added a day-night cycle and they could have recovered all of this with absolute ease and brilliance. But at the end of the day, we can't fault them on their decision. They did make a lot of money, and apparently a lot more than they did on Underground series, but something tells me that they missed a trick. there was passion in the Underground project. Most Wanted felt a bit more generic. It felt more like a chase for the high-speed, frantic action. And the fact that the two could easily mix together, I mean, look at Midnight Club. It was a literal combination of pure customization merged with unbelievable high-speed gameplay and just intense races all the way through. But I guess the numbers do speak for themselves. Though if you were to ask me, whose legend truly stands tall, it has to exist with Underground 2. And that's our video, guys. Thanks for taking part. Please let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you can, turn those notifications on so you'll know when my next upload is coming through. If you truly believe Most Wanted was a better game, I would love to hear about that in the comment section below. And yeah, let's get into a debate. If you think there are better Need for Speed titles I didn't bring up out there, please be sure to mention them. Otherwise, have a great day, and thanks for taking part with Geek, a Freak.